You know, I thought the eye age were on the way out, but now with the benefit of close-up photography, it doesn't look that good. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The turnover pass. This is a move that virgins tend to overthink, and it becomes sort of a obvious technique where you're turning over the deck and you have to have your angles restricted, whereas not with your boy. I could have ICE looking at this move and they still wouldn't deport me. Now, there are some tips and touches that make this an actual better technique than the original, and that is just the angle. See, when most people do a turnover pass, they go straight on, and that is the fastest way to get caught. What I'm talking about is going at an angle, so that when you go at an angle, that way you're covered from more angles. So let's go over technique here. Of course, after I mentioned a PigCake Magic Academy, the home of over 1,500 videos going over card stuff, coin stuff, everything you need to become the best magician you could possibly be, all for the low, low price of a single White Claw month. And you get access to all those videos. And on top of that, I'm always uploading new videos. So it's not like you just run out of content. Let's say you're crazy enough to watch 1,500 videos. I'm still always uploading new content each and every single week. So first things first, you're going to get a card picked and you're going to procure a pinky break right there. Now, one thing about this style of pass that I like doing is that if you are spreading the cards, make sure that the cards are still a little bit messy. So I still have my pinky break here, but the cards are messy on top. Now, what that's going to do is that that's going to provide a reason as to why my hands are coming together. Ordinarily, when people perform a pass and cards are perfectly square and then they continue to square the cards off, you get no cover. You're getting no cover. Whereas with this, now you have the cover of you squaring up the cards, and that's what allows for the pass to take place. And here, as I square up these cards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scissor this upper left packet between my forefinger and my middle finger. I forgot who came up with this touch, if it was Alan Ackerman or years ago I saw somebody doing it, and I thought, what a brilliant way to cover the action of the pass. So by coming in and scissoring this, everything that's taking place here is going to have better coverage. So that's the first part of this variation of the pass. The next thing that's going to happen is this action over here. Now, this is taking place, of course, as I square up the cards, and I immediately jut out this pile, and I'm not doing it straight on. I'm jutting it out with this upper left corner aimed at this lower right corner. Now, I'm not going to change my angle here, but if I come straight on, you see the action. Even if I decide to move my hands forward, you still see the packet transposing. Whereas if I come in at an angle, you really can't see much, and look where the pile is already. So I'm coming in, and as the packet squares up and moves to the place that it's supposed to, I'm just rotating my left hand. That's when I'm going to come in and start turning over the pile that's now in my right hand. So when that coalesces, I could square up the cards and now turn over the cards again, and the turnover pass is essentially complete. So that's what it looks like at speed. Of course, that's coming in from the deck completely squared up. I prefer to come in with the deck slightly messy, so that way I have a reason as to why I'm turning over the cards or my hands are coming together, and that's to square up the cards and maybe show that the bottom card isn't their card, nor is it on top. If I were to do it straight on from this angle, you kind of get the impression that something's taking place. Whereas with this move, it's very well covered, even from what could potentially be the worst angle. Now, I do teach a variation on the Academy that I call the Turnover Pass 94, which I thought was an interesting variant, where you're turning over the pile this way instead of this way. I'm turning it over from the short end of the deck. So that way it's a nice little variation on the pass. Even though the practicality is questionable, it is a very satisfying variation and something that you're going to be fidgeting with if you don't have a fidget stick. I mean the one from Illusionist. I don't mean a penis. Some tips and touches on the turnover pass. Now, personally, my favorite pass is a really nice executed dribble pass. I think it's great. I think the cover is beautiful. Other variations of, for example, things like Greg Wilson's backstage pass, I also love. But there's something to be said about a solid turnover pass. I could feel my loins percolating with virginity. As I mentioned in a previous video, I might be going to England in a couple weeks. I believe the 18th. I might be going there for quite a bit of time. So if you find yourself in that particular part of the world, hit me up. Maybe we could hang out. I'm probably going to be in Yorkshire, though. Yorkshire, as I called it when I first went. I don't know if I'm going to be heading to London often. I don't like London. It's a big city. It's annoying. People there think that, I don't know, the shits don't stink. Your shits stink. And I know you've taken painful shits at some point in your life. So be better. I'll see you again.
I see you again, when I see you again, when I see you again.